There's been a whole lot in between, but Sunday night on the field, you announced your retirement immediately following the game with the confetti falling. You ride off into the sunset after 15 years, 2 rings, and countless memories. Was this something you had planned for a while, or was it just the emotions of the evening that you decided this is the time?
Yeah, I felt like going into the season that I was ready to retire. Talking through family members, some of my teammates knew, not a lot of them, but we're excited. Obviously, with this win, I grew up right outside of Philadelphia, so definitely means a lot more. But excited for new comings and spend more time with family for sure.
Chad, take us back a couple weeks. The sports world was watching Patrick Mahomes and his ankle. It was a topic of discussion from the initial injury through the AFC Championship to the Super Bowl. Now, I know the old adage of, like, I'm always ready to go in, but the last couple weeks of a playoff push into the Super Bowl, you must have had a different approach to every snap, every series, every practice. What was going on in your mind, in your preparation, not only through his own recovery process, but also when you saw him limp off the field during the Super Bowl?
Yeah, it's always those moments, right? It couldn't just happen in a regular season game. Not that it doesn't count, but the biggest moments in the playoffs. And I always just taught myself to prepare like I'm a starter. Obviously, I had those opportunities earlier on in my career, but never took that for granted. I think every time I went out there, each and every week, I had a certain routine that I went through, and I kept along with it throughout my career, and that prepared me for those moments.
Chad, I'm getting nostalgic with you retiring just because you're one of those guys that I feel like I remember when you came in and now it's over. I mean, I have vivid memories of you in the Capital One Bowl beating the Tim Tebow Gators, and now you're sitting here retiring, a 2-time Super Bowl champ. When you look back to either Michigan or Miami or Jacksonville or now, like, what are the moments that ding for you that make you a little nostalgic?
I think anything that goes into it, it's all about relationships. I think the people that I met, the coaches, the players, the organizations, I'll always remember that. And those are the memories that will stick with me. Obviously, the adversity that you face throughout your career only makes you better as a player, makes you better as a person of life. And I think all those memories will resonate for sure.
Yeah, and to play for 3 teams over the span of your 15-year career is just amazing, all the way back to being the 57th pick in that 2008 draft. What was special about this year's Kansas City Chiefs team? There were so many doubters, as you guys have said, as you were at the parade. What was special and different after going through everything you guys did this offseason and in the division?
I think we were still hungry. I mean, from last year, obviously losing against Cincinnati in the AFC Championship, that group of guys were still hungry, and we wanted to get back to the big stage. Obviously, we had new faces that came in, but we have great leadership in our locker room. Obviously, it starts with Coach Reid and what he does, but Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, those guys go out each and every day in practice. They work their butts off, and they brought along the new guys. And I think that's what's so great about this organization. New guys come in, they step up, and they have a great game or a great year.
Chad, we were talking during the commercial break, and you were wondering aloud how we get up this early every morning to do a TV show. Well, it's easy when you have great topics to talk about, like, for example, Travis Kelce hosting Saturday Night Live, which is happening. It's coming. We did a whole segment on Travis hosting the show. Give us a little scouting report on your boy. How's it going to go? What's he going to do? Like, are you looking forward to this as much as we are?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, what's he going to do? Nobody knows what he's going to do. I mean, he's so witty. At any given point, he's going to step up there, do something funny, or just have a great comment. I remember after the Super Bowl win, I mean, we had Chainsmokers, and he's up there dancing. He's creating, he's mixing up. I call it techno. Everybody calls it EDM. I think it's the same stuff. They always make fun of me for saying that stuff, but it's definitely going to be a great show. He's got a great personality, and it's awesome to be a part of it with him and be friends with him.
Chad, we had a ton of fun yesterday on the show recapping the parade, and we might not have laughed harder this season than watching Matt Nagy just get after it. Who was the MVP of the parade, and did you know Coach Nagy had those moves?
I didn't know he had those moves. I mean, I actually just saw the video yesterday when the guy sent him through the text thread, and that was awesome. Just having him with us this year was unbelievable. The guys that won MVP, I don't know. I got to say, Watson going to the hospital and some of those guys going to the hospital, I know everybody saw the guy pushing the wheelchair looked exactly like me. You know, I'm in disguise there, but unbelievable that those guys, you know, couldn't control it and just end up in their own home at the end of it.
They were safe and sound, and they had a nighty night. They went to bed. It was beautiful. Now that you're done with the career, you know, you've always been such a great ambassador for the sport and such an awesome leader for your teams. What's next for you? Do you have a vision to becoming a broadcaster, a coach? Do you want to work in the front office, or do you just want to, for now, just be dad?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to move back to Pennsylvania in the next couple of weeks. That's where we grew up, and we'll put the kids back in school. I'll be more involved in their lives as well, and then I'll try to start training quarterbacks on the side, see where that goes, and maybe just help out the high school. I would love to coach college or NFL. I just feel like right now it's just too many hours. I'll miss my family time, and just feel like that's the best route to go for me right now.
Well, if you're in the Philadelphia area, I think having Chad Henne as a quarterback coach sounds pretty good. We're going to do a segment called Mad Minute with you, Chad. This is presented by Bud Light, which I know you're a fan of.
Oh, yeah.
We'll put a minute on the clock, and you will answer 4 questions. We're each going to ask you one. Are you ready?
Let's go. Let's do it.
You had this amazing career at Michigan. Who was the best player you played against in college?
Probably Vince Young, Rose Bowl.
Vince Young in the Rose Bowl, a classic game.
All right, the most athletic receiver that you have ever played with?
Ooh, I would say Braylon Edwards comes to mind, Michigan, and Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, tough to beat.
That's a good combo, I know, right? We were on this one yesterday, and now we want your expert opinion.
Okay.
Who would you rather have by your side in a zombie apocalypse, Patrick Mahomes or Travis Kelce?
As we talked about Travis, I mean, he's so witty. I think he can come up with anything, and we could defeat the world, obviously, with all his energy and his personality.
Right.
So I'm going with Travis.
Outwit the zombie.
Can't go wrong with either one. Who's got louder fans, Chiefs at Arrowhead or the Michigan fans?
Here we go.
Big House.
Let's go, Chad.
You can't put me on. I'm going to say both. I'm not going to say.
You're retired. It's easy.
No way.
That's incredible.
I'm not going that route.
Pennsylvania high school football fans is the answer, I think.
Yes.
Wilson High School.
Chad, on behalf of our show, we want to just congratulate you on an awesome career. Yes. Your moments against the Browns 3 years ago and against the Jaguars this year is on the field, but we know all the stuff that you did for Mahomes and for that team off the field. Just an awesome ambassador of the game, and congratulations, man.
Great job, Chad.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Always welcome here.
Now you can go back to bed as a true retired man would. You get up for Good Morning Football, you go back to bed after Good Morning Football.
Opportunity to call a game. George Pickens did this from Mitch Trubisky. His body is parallel with the ground, reaches up with one hand. I think Odell Beckham even tweeted out that this might have been the greatest catch ever. George Pickens, the rookie, reaching up there, snagging it with one hand in Week 3, Thursday Night Football primetime.
Is that the
George
crazy
Pickens
kick at the end? Like he didn't get out of bounds?
All right, here we go, number 7. I'm going to need your guys' help on this. We all have to scream together at the same time.
This one.
Ready? Here we go. I'm going to give you a countdown. It's tied. It's 24-24. We all have to scream in 3, 2, 1. Ah! What are you doing, Jones?
No.
My question is, what was Mac Jones going to do with it even if he did catch it? It's not going to end well either. This is maybe my second favorite play in NFL history. Brian Moorman and Sean Taylor is my favorite play. But this is an all-timer in walk-off fashion. The Raiders beat the Patriots. Inexplicable decision. I love that play. What's next, Jamie?
Number 6. Jason Lee recently named this play just like we drew it up, and I couldn't describe it better myself. Week 14, fumble of Miami Dolphins lead to one of the most confusing yet beautiful plays, but where's that ball? Where's that? Oh, Tyreek's got it. Sorry, I'm not sorry. I can go about 0 to 100 in a half a second. He gone. Tyreek Hill up the sideline, and everyone's back in the pile. Be like, the ball's down here. No, it's in the end zone. Sorry. 57-yard fumble recovery for the Cheetah.
Top 5 plays we're going to toss to the sound.
All right.
I love that.
We're going to get the announcers. So with number 5, I don't want this one to be forgotten as we look back at the 2022 season. Baker Mayfield was a former first overall pick. He was released by the Carolina Panthers. He was signed by the Los Angeles Rams. And they thought there was no way that within 48 hours he could start an NFL game. He didn't. But he immediately came in on the second series, and with the chips stacked against them, the Rams had to go all the way and beat Las Vegas. Al Michaels, Kirk Herbstreit, take it away.
2nd and 10. Mayfield to the end zone to Jefferson. Is that possible? Touchdown. This is impossible. They go 98 yards. That's good for 23.
Baker, the TD maker, getting it done.